What's going on, fellas? Today we do have Luka and Jokic teaming up, two of the best European players in the current NBA. And matter of fact, it's two of the best players in the NBA, definitely top 4, top 5 in the league. No debate about it. We are doing it on the Nuggets as well, so Luka did go to the Nuggets in a pretty fair trade, I would say. The Mavericks did end up getting Michael Porter Jr., who is just the GOAT of basketball. Jokic did just take an MVP, averaged 24 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Those defensive stats are really surprising to see. As far as the All-NBA first team goes, both Luka and Jokic do make it, which is not that shocking, I would say. What is shocking is Jokic making the all-defensive second team. Luka just turned this man into a two-way player out of nowhere. The Mavericks are actually still in playoff contention as the 6th seed. They are starting Michael Porter Jr., who, look at that, 15-7. There's nothing else you can ask for a player, all right? I do want to see what Kyrie's doing at 27 points. Bro's back has got to be killing him right now. Luka did average, what, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal. Pretty much did exactly what Jokic did, just a little worse at our starting small forward position. Aaron Gordon averaged 11 and 7 at the power forward. Jamal Murray had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal. Russell Westbrook did start, had 11, 5, 6, a steal, half a block. Pretty much had 3 triple-double players in the starting lineup. Off the bench, Saric had 8, Peyton Watson had 7, Christian Braun had 6 and 3, and then Julian Strawther, our leading scorer off the bench, had 8 points. Surprised he led us in scoring off the bench. I really thought it was going to be Christian Braun, who ended up having the least amount of points over anybody. We easily advanced to the conference finals here. We're playing Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, who is honestly looking really good on the Timberwolves right now. He is averaging 20 points in this playoff series. Anthony Edwards is averaging, what, over 30 points a game. Should be a good matchup here. We are tied up at 1-1. We go up 2-1. We're tied up at 2-2. Probably going to have a 7-game series. Just kidding. We close it out in 6. Jokic just take Western Conference Finals MVP. And we're playing the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, Mathurin Pascal, and Miles Turner. I think if any team was going to beat us, it was going to be a Western Conference team. So in year 1 here, we should bring it home all the way, as we're only up 3-2. We close this series out in 6 games to win a championship. And once again, Jokic takes Finals MVP. Just took every single accolade here in year 1. Averaged 26 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal alongside a block. Guys, I messed up. This man Russell Westbrook decided to retire. I wasn't even looking this far down the retirement list because I didn't think he would retire. Well, our starting point guard is now gone and we get nothing in return. We also don't have a single draft pick, so the future is looking slim. We have a ton of wings off the bench that we can turn into other players, so we're just going to have to make trades. It's that simple. I'm going to offer Saric a contract. Played great off the bench, and we need a backup big, especially one that can stretch the floor. So we'll take him despite his old age. We'll also take Alec Burke. Is actually not too bad. Coming off an 8-point season. Shooting splits could definitely be better, but I'm still going to give him a 3-year contract here. I am packaging Alec Burks, Julian Strawther, and Zeke for Vince Williams Jr. and GG Jackson here. They're probably not going to stay on the rotation because there is a player that I would like to enter the starting 5. As far as the bench goes, we're running Day'Ron Holmes this season with Christian Braun, Dario Saric, as well as Peyton Watson. So our bench is completely filled out. We just need another starting caliber wing. Royce O'Neal, I'm probably just going to trade you as well. Jalen Johnson is coming off a 12.8 rebound, 3 assists, a steal, and a block season with really good shooting splits. So I'm going to get rid of GG, Vince Williams Jr., Royce O'Neal, and our first round pick here for Jalen Johnson to complete our rotation of Luka, Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, Jalen Johnson, Day'Ron Holmes, Saric, and Jokic. Let me know down in the comments how your team is doing so far to start the regular season. Right now, the Kings are 4-3. Sabonis just had a game winner against the Heat. Very happy to see how the starting unit is playing. As far as our bench goes, it could use some work and some bench depth for sure, especially at the size aspect. But there aren't really too many NBA teams that are surprising me, except for like the Bucks are actually bad. And watching them play basketball is a sight to see right now. Luka just took MVP, so I don't really know what's going on down there. I was surprised when they fired their coach last season anyway. Luka does make the All-NBA first team. Jokic is now on the All-NBA second team. The Cavs also are like undefeated and playing out of their minds right now. And then the Warriors are playing a lot better than I thought they would. They have an insanely deep roster, but the fact that they've only lost 1 game is wild. Luka did have 28, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal this year. Jamal Murray had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. a steal, and a block. Jalen Johnson with 12 and 8. Jokic had 23, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and a block. Aaron Gordon had 9 and 6. Off our bench, Christian Braun had 7. Daron Holmes had 5 and 4. Peyton Watson had 7. Dario Saric had 8. Wow, 8 points at 32 years old off our bench with pretty good shooting splits as well. Honestly, for our final year after this playoff push, I think I'm just going to try to make a crazy blockbuster trade. Apparently, we need it. We just lost to the Spurs in a 7-game series. We have Fred VanVleet, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Sohan, and Victor. This man was playing out of his mind a couple years ago. Look at that. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. Decent shooting splits, but it's just fallen off the map ever since that one season. I don't really know what happened to him. I thought he had a ton of upside. Bro proved me wrong. The Timberwolves are now NBA champions. Anthony Edwards just almost averaged 40 points to win Finals MVP. Nolan is coming off a 16.7 assist rookie season. Dylan Harper is also coming off a 16.76 rookie season. We're getting rid of Jalen Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray. So our 3 starters outside of Luka and Jokic are gone. We can just move Luka back to the small forward position. We can have Dylan Harper at the 2, Nolan at the 1 is perfect. Now, as far as our starting power forward, I don't know what I want to do there. I did sign some players in free agency like Jordan McCollum, Duncan Robinson, and Norman Powell, who are potential trade candidates. Peyton Watson, I would like to keep, honestly. Either him or Christian Braun can stay off our bench, and then Saric has been playing well, so he can stay. Daron Holmes has a ton of upside. He can stay off the bench. Jordan McCollum's probably not going to have a spot, which means Norman Powell and Duncan Robinson can also go maybe. If we have Saric, Holmes, and Braun, there's our small forward, power forward, and center. So we do need a trade for a starting power forward. Okay, so I just tried to make a trade for Evan Mobley. They declined the offer. I added a first-round pick, but then they sent us another trade package back of Jalen Tyson and a second-round pick. We're getting Evan Mobley on the team, a fantastic defensive power forward who did win Eastern Conference Finals MVP last season, also averaged a double-double, shot really well from 3. So our starting lineup is now disgusting. We can also run Jalen Tyson at the bench small forward, and we can just keep Christian Braun at the shooting guard. I still can't believe we were able to get Dylan Harper and Nolan just for Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, and Aaron Gordon, which we gave away 3 fantastic starting caliber players, but we also got in return 2 of the best younger players with a ton of upside in the NBA to pair next to Luka and Jokic. It is pretty much wraps. I mean, it was wraps with just Luka and Jokic in the regular Nuggets roster. We're 2 games short of that 70 win mark, and Luka takes another MVP. Luka does make that All-NBA first team. Jokic is on the All-NBA second team. For us, as far as the all-defensive teams go, we don't have anybody. I'm telling you, that was a straight polar bear when Jokic made one his first year of this rebuild. We are the first seed in our conference. Nolan, look at that. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and a block. I would have traded all 3 of them just for him. Then you got Dylan Harper, who just averaged 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, over a steal, half a block. Luka had 23, 8, 7, and a steal, which is what won him MVP. Evan Mobley had 12 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, a little over a block. Then Jokic had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, as well as a block. Christian Braun off the bench had 7. Jalen Tyson had 9. Daron Holmes had 6 and 4. Then Sarge still had 7 and 4 despite being 33 years old. This man has just been consistent throughout the whole rebuild as our backup big. We do have Minnesota in the second round. We do get past them to play the team that upset us last year. They had Fred VanVleet, Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson. They've added LeBron on their team, who's not playing good at all, so I'm not too worried. They also have Victor, Caden, oh my gosh, off their bench. If they would just run this man and Victor, AJ, Devin Vassell, Torrey Eason, yo, nah, AJ and Caden need to be starting. Throw LeBron at the shooting guard position, man. I mean, why not? We take the first 2 games of the series. Their rotation is just skewed. We just sweep them, and we are now in the finals. Dylan Harper actually just took Western Conference Finals MVP. Another triple-double machine. 23, 8, and 7 is crazy work. We're playing the Raptors, who are the first seed with Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick, who has been playing fantastic. I wish I had him in fantasy. They also have Lauri Markkanen, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Prado with Ian Jackson, Nashawn Highlands, Oche, who's been playing well, and Koa Pete coming off their bench. It should be an easy series for us. Once again, and the only team that could have beaten us would have been a Western Conference team. We sweep. Jokic takes home another Finals MVP, averaged 27 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, half a block. We finish with a rotation of Nolan, Dylan Harper, Luka Doncic, Evan Mobley, Nikola Jokic with Christian Braun, Jalen Tyson, Daron Holmes, and Dario Saric off the bench. So we ended up keeping, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people from the first year of the rebuild is not too bad for a 9-man rotation. Luka and Jokic were able to bring 2 rings to Denver, a team that is slowly just getting worse as the years progress. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you all with the next video.